My girlfriend said, if you really loved me, you'd let me sleep with him. So I gave her my blessing. She came back 2 weeks later, pregnant and panicked. Maya and I met 3 years ago. She was magnetic, spontaneous, artistic. I was steady and logical. She said I made her feel safe. It balanced, or so I believed. Things started changing with her new job. Comments about different energies and living more authentically. Then phrases about finding herself, about freedom, about not clinging to outdated rules. One night she mentioned Ethan for the first time, a coworker from her happy hour. Then she mentioned him again and again. Ethan says monogamy is just a social construct. She laughed one evening. He's kind of right, don't you think? It wasn't jealousy I felt. It was the tone. The way she said traditional, like it was something to be ashamed of. She stopped holding my hand in public, claiming it felt performative. Stopped saying, I love you back, insisting words weren't necessary when energy speaks louder. She spent more nights recharging with friends. And when I asked if something was wrong, she said I was being too intense. The more she drifted, the more I tried to anchor us. I kept cooking, working, checking in, showing up. Then one Friday night, she came over with that practiced expression, like she'd already rehearsed what she was going to say. I've been thinking about us, she began, twisting her purse strap, about what love really means. Real love means giving your partner freedom, not control. Freedom, I repeated carefully. Emotional freedom, physical freedom, the freedom to follow attraction without guilt. She paused. If you really love me, you'll understand that. I stared at her, processing what she was actually asking. You want to be with someone else? She nodded, almost proudly. I need to figure out what I want long term. And you expect me to be okay with that? I expected you to love me enough to trust me, she said, exasperated. I thought you'd want me to be happy, even if that means experiencing other connections. All the little comments, the late nights, the philosophy about freedom, it all connected. This had been building for months. I leaned back, choosing my words carefully. If that's what you need to do, Maya, I won't stop you. She looked startled. Wait, you're serious? You said you need to figure things out. I'm not going to fight you over it. Her expression flickered between confusion and relief. So you're giving me your blessing? I nodded once, if that's what you call it. I knew you'd understand, she said softly, gathering her things and leaving, humming quietly, as if she'd just made a brave, noble decision instead of dismantling everything we'd built. I didn't text her that night or the next day. For the first time in 3 years, I felt something break cleanly, like a rope, finally snapping after too much strain. The next few days were hollow. She didn't call, didn't text, didn't ask if I was okay. That told me everything. A week passed, then another. Then her name flashed on my phone. Her voice came through shaky and nervous. Hey, can we talk? I need to see you. She showed up that evening, eyes red, wearing one of my old sweatshirts. She looked smaller somehow. What happened? I asked quietly. Her voice cracked. I made a mistake. I thought I could separate things, but it didn't make me feel free. It just made me feel empty. I stayed quiet, watching her wait for me to comfort her. I don't even know how to say this, she whispered finally. I think I'm pregnant. For a long moment, there was only silence. Then I said calmly, then I guess you got what you wanted. Freedom. Her face broke. Please don't do this. I didn't mean for it to happen. Of course you didn't, I said quietly. You just wanted to find yourself, right? You said love meant letting you be with whoever you needed. She tried to reach for me, but I stepped back. For the first time since she'd left, I didn't feel pain. I just felt done. I don't even know if it's his, she whispered. I can't do this alone. Maya, I said quietly. You made your choice. You asked me to let you go. Remember, you said that's what love meant. I was wrong, she said desperately. I still love you. I know you love me too. I used to, I said simply. But that version of you doesn't exist anymore. So you're just going to throw us away? I shook my head. You did that weeks ago. She stood there looking around the apartment, trying to find the man who used to wait up for her, who used to believe her excuses. But he wasn't there anymore. When she finally left, she didn't slam the door. She just closed it quietly. No final fight, no dramatic goodbye, just silence. Her sister called days later. Maya had moved back with her parents. Her mom even reached out, asking me to be understanding. I told her politely that I wished Maya peace and that we wouldn't be in contact again.